Hey everyone, Rob J here, and welcome to the Nova. Today we're taking a look at Batman Returns for the Super Nintendo. Now this game was based off the movie, which was released in 1992. Damn, I'm old. I was born in 1989, so do the math there. 32. Now this game is a beat 'em up, but also has some mixed in elements of run and gun and platforming. But you also get to use the Batmobile too, so I'm kind of wondering what you classify that as. It's a car racing, or not actually racing, you're going one speed the whole time, and you're shooting down enemies. So yeah, there's that in there too. A little bit about the plot without revealing too much spoilers. You're up against the Penguin, who has a personal vendetta against Gotham City. He wants to kill all firstborn sons. Yes, it's that dark. So I suggest you watch the movie as to why he wants to do that. Yeah, I'll let you think about that. But a cool thing about this game is that it was released by Konami, and the Sega Genesis had a completely different game altogether. It wasn't a beat 'em up. I think it was a strictly platforming game, which is an odd choice. I guess maybe two different companies bid for two different systems, and Konami got it for Super Nintendo, but didn't want it for Sega Genesis. I'll never understand that. Anyways, back to the game. It's a beat 'em up, which they do really, really well. It's a lot of fun punching those enemies, and smacking two enemies together, and throwing your batarang and using your grappling hook. And that's where it kind of ends for me. It's sad to say. I know a lot of people play this game, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. You get to kick the crap out of these clowns, and yeah, it's a lot of fun," but I hate being forced into these run and gun levels, or as you would say, run and batarang levels, because that's what you're literally doing, is you're just throwing a bunch of batarangs, and I didn't find them fun at all. I'm just like, why can't I be using my fists? Why do I have to keep throwing batarangs? It really slowed the game down for me. And I know Konami has a history of kind of switching up the level designs, which is great because it keeps your participation a level high and you're not just bored playing the same level over and over again. But I didn't like it. I was kind of hoping that the levels would end quicker. I'm just like, I want to be using my fists again. I like the option of being able to use my batarang or my grappling hook. I don't want it to be mandatory for me to use my batarang. To me, that was not fun. Now, the grappling hook has a great, move with it. It's like a grappling hook kick. So you shoot your grappling hook and you kind of slide, or not slide, you pull yourself and you just do like a kick with it. It takes a little bit of health, which kind of sucks. So I'm not using it most of the time as I'm playing the game. But there's some parts of the levels where you have to use your grappling hook to get from one platform to the other. And I feel that's where the game kind of fell flat as well, because you can't control your direction that much with the grappling hook. Like, you're shooting in one direction, that's where you're going. You can't swing back and forth for momentum. You can't really go up and down with the grappling hook, like do like a little reel thing. You can't do that at all. And there's some parts where you have to, you're hoping that you're going to avoid damage from fire or from dropping down to your death. And I found myself doing these ridiculous, grappling hook shots where I'm just like, if that makes sense. And I'm just like, this kind of sucks. They really missed an opportunity here to take full advantage of Batman's grappling hook. And I'm like, I want these parts to be over too. They got the beat 'em up part done so well, but they screwed up, with the grappling hook and making levels to be a run and gun or a run and batarang shooter. Like, why not just keep it a beat 'em up the whole way through? The game would have been a classic and so solid, but for me, I wouldn't play this game again after that. I was so irritated by the run and gun levels and using my batarang. Yes, that's true. But using my grappling hook, I just didn't enjoy those levels just because of those faults. I really did like the fact that the game took a lot of cool parts in the movie. Again, I'm not going to spoil too much, but you do get to see the mechanical rubber ducky. I was like, yeah, yeah, you do. And they also took the part where they framed Batman for killing the Ice Princess. Konami did a really good job taking little parts in the movie and putting them in the game. Good for them. it's so sad to see that it's such a solid beat 'em up, but some levels I don't want to play through. I just want them to end as quick as possible. And this game is relatively cheap. Finding it complete is going to be quite tough for you, and I wouldn't spend the money on it. Just buy the cartridge. I've seen it in the wild for $20. I got my cartridge with like a bundle deal with 3 other games. It was Batman Returns, Fatal Fury, George Foreman's Heavyweight Boxing, and Clue. I think for $60. So that's roughly around $15 per game. If math. 15, 15, 15, 15. Yeah, there we go. I just did it in my head. That was a good deal. And it's so hard to be like, yeah, go get it. But, if you're expecting a beat 'em up all the way through, like Streets of Rage 2, don't. You're playing a game where it mixes and matches its playstyle. So you're doing a beat 'em up in one level, you're doing a shooter in another level, you're platforming in another level, and you're using the Batmobile, which is cool, but I wanted that level to end as quick as possible as well. I'm sorry, I just didn't like it. You're just going back and forth, and you're just shooting it looked like batarangs to me. It's not bullets. Batman would never use bullets. And if he did, they weren't lethal. They were probably like rubber bullets. But I didn't like that either. I'm so sorry. And the bosses. The bosses are so challenging in this game, let me tell you. In Scene 3, you're up against Catwoman, and she must have been the most difficult boss I've ever fought in a beat 'em up. She was so cheap. Her moves take like half your life away, if not more so. And I did find a trick after dying at least 30 times against her. How she becomes extremely vulnerable is after she uses her whip or uses one of her moves. Like, she'll do like a charging claw, or she'll use like her whip, but she does this weird dash move, and I was like, okay, how am I gonna dodge this? You really can't dodge that well unless you can kind of predict her movement, which is pretty hard. I did find though that if you use your special, which is like a twirling cape move, you can kind of be immune to, well, not kind of, you'll be immune to the damage. So keep that in mind if you play this game and she's doing her dash move and she's coming towards you, quickly use your special because that will completely cancel it out. Or use your test tube ability, where Batman just throws a test tube on the ground and it kills everything on screen, but not the bosses though, because it deals damage to the boss. So in the end, would I recommend buying the game? Yeah, but don't expect to beat 'em up. Expect a game that is a mix and mash of everything. Yeah, so remember this: a beat 'em up, a shooter, a platformer, and you get to use the Batmobile, which is meh. And difficult bosses. Yeah, like the game could have been I'm just so disappointed with the game. It could have been so strong. To me, it's okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just okay. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you liked what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Rob J. Thank you for entering the Nova, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, if you liked what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Rob J. Thank you for entering the Nova, and I'll see you next time. Take care.